Hey everyone, welcome to this second episode of Rerun It Back, a hastily arranged, minimally produced reminiscence of old television through the lens of two jaded Gen Xers, one of whom watched way too much TV as a child. My name is Jack. Say hello to my buddy Scott. Hey Scott.
Hey, Scott. Oh,
Hey,
that's
we've already
me.
been talking. Oh, that's you. That's you. We're saying hi again, even though we've been talking. So in this second episode, I kind of want to continue our deep dive into local commercials, which I find to be just endlessly fascinating as a time capsule memento. Kind of, it's a nice way to sort of view our cultural heritage, I guess, for what passes as capitalist cultural heritage. Anywho's, so last week we were talking about local television commercials in the markets that we grew up in. I grew up in the Kansas City area. Scott grew up in the St. Louis area. And so I'm going to widen this out into just local commercials in general. But as we do this, I would be remiss if I did not touch on a couple of ads that Scott may have been exposed to, that I have been exposed to because he used to live in Colorado. I live in Colorado now. I will ask you, Scott, do you know one Deal and Doug?
No, wait a minute. It's okay. Maybe. It's been like 25 years, or it's been almost 30 years since I've lived in Denver. So a
Yeah.
little hazy on that. But I do remember a different ad on the radio in Denver.
What's one?
And I do not know if this institution exists anymore. But this was for a gay bathhouse, the Midtown Spa on Zuni.
What?
And
There
so
was a bathhouse in Denver?
Well, Denver had like a shit ton of gay bars, like any city. They were mainly in the Flats area at the
Okay.
time. But no, this was on like fucking straight up alternative radio in Denver, Colorado. We're talking late 90s. And then it would come on the Midtown Spa on Zuni for safe, for fun, for real. Just like that. And I still remember this 30 years later. And I don't know what tripped me out more was the fact that I had never expected a gay bathhouse to be advertising on commercial radio, especially, or especially in Denver, right? I mean, okay, maybe, I mean, not even when I lived in New York, I heard that shit. But then the voice for safe, for fun, for real. And now back to Matchbox 20.
No, are we really? Matchbox 20. Oh my God. No, so like, I was unawares. Like when I lived in Chicago, the second time, I discovered there was a bathhouse in this neighborhood in Andersonville, neighborhood of Andersonville. And my conceit was always I wanted to protest outside of it because they wouldn't allow women.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah, so okay, so anyway, Deal and Doug. Okay, so this dude,
I love how we went from Deal and Doug to like a gay bathhouse and back.
no, that's fine. This is fine. It's an odyssey. It's an evolution.
Deal and
But
Doug.
no, but yeah, Deal and Doug owns a series of dealerships around Denver, around northern Colorado. He's got, a couple AMC dealerships up here and Jeep dealerships, all this stuff. But he's a very leathery looking dude. And he looks like he's probably about 5'5", and he's got giant barrel chest. And occasionally, well, like recently, he'll dress up like a superhero and, just all kinds of deals on Jeeps and stuff.
Does he have like a bushy handlebar mustache by chance?
He does not. He may have. I would not put it past him, but he looks like he's a native Coloradan. But he'll wear the Superman outfit and, yeah, there's a little too much. It's a little too tight in certain areas. And but man, he's like, there was one ad that came on, and it was like they would have little pictures of all the other ads that he's done in the past. So it's like he's one of these long time dudes.
Right.
Okay, so that's so I no on a deal and Doug, but do you remember the tree farm?
Gonna have to pass on that too, Alex.
The tree farm. Okay, so it's a jingle. Um, as I clear my throat, you take I-25 to exit 235 and 5 miles west to the tree farm. Yeah, that
No, I
one.
definitely would have remembered that.
Shit, man. That one is like when that will come. I mean, it still will come on here. And it's like I'm screaming for Jessica to come downstairs because the tree farm is on. Okay, so that's a disappointment because I thought we would have had some shared.
Well, I know, and it's because I used to watch television on occasion. Now, granted,
Sure.
I was working nights at the Rocky Mountain News, so maybe
Yeah,
not so much. I don't know. But like I said, the one I remember is that radio ad for
for the I mean
the
that's
Midtown
amazing.
Spa on Zunai. Yeah, I just like saying it in that voice.
Oh my God, man, they made it. That's amazing. I mean, I encouraged that they were that they felt comfortable putting that up because in the '90s in Denver it you know wasn't exactly. I mean, or am I wrong? Was it more of an accepting vibe
No,
there?
I mean, this was still the era where, you had, if you were gay and stuff, you were going to bars or doing personal ads or whatever. I mean, there was no internet, so you couldn't just get online and start chatting people up. But I mean,
Right.
just that is the only time I have ever heard anything like that advertised on radio. It was just, it was a different era. That's all I'm going to say.
So okay, so there's okay. Remember Ronco?
Oh, I mean, come on, dude. I used to listen to Weird Al, Mr. Popeo.
So
Yes.
what are the Ronco? Did you ever own a Ronco item?
Oh, hell no. But I remember that rotisserie thing that he was pitching at one point, and not so much the rotisserie itself, but he would be wearing these thick rubber gloves and have this really large serrated knife and be slicing this meat after it was cooked. And it just looked horrific. And I don't say that, I say this as someone who enjoys meat, but I just, did not
Was
look
this
that.
thing like? Did it look like a toaster oven?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a little spit thing, it was like a toaster oven with a rotisserie in it.
So it was almost like an early like air fryer or convection oven, right?
Kind of, but small,
Kind
right?
of.
And so like he's doing, in front of the live audience, he's cutting pork roasts and he's like wedging vegetables or things. But then he'd be cutting this roast with these thick rubber gloves and this big serrated knife. And it just, oh God, it was like two steps away from some schlocky horror film.
Food did not look good in the '80s.
Well, a life of sales can take it a toll.
It did not look good. Food looked terrible.
Oh, it looked awful.
I mean, I know it's like now it's really creating food that is fit for photography generally involves creating something that is not actually food. It's kind of a sculpture, made from different things. This is according to what little I've read. Yeah. Okay. Smokeless ashtray. Did you ever
The
smokeless
smokeless
ashtray?
ashtray. Yep.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Okay. Yeah. Smokeless ashtray. I've never owned one, but I don't smoke
Norelco
indoors.
Norelco made a little like table-sized air filter that was sort of the similar principle, and George Burns used to do commercials for it.
Keep talking. I think
Yeah, because he's got like he's a cigar smoker, and so he'd put it on the ashtray by the little Norelco thing, and it would just suck that smoke in away. So of course my grandparents had to buy one, not because anyone smoked in our house, no one did, but got to keep the air by the side table and the lamp really pure.
Man, yeah, that was a smoky time, man. That
It
was a
was.
smoky time.
It
I mean, that's kind of it's crazy to look back and man, old people talking about old times. It's amazing to me that there was a time when you literally had a section of like a restaurant that was like you're free to just blaze
Smoke.
up.
Absolutely.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I, airlines, airplanes, airports, restaurants, even like, dude, I mean, even like up until like college, really. I mean, I remember nights like going to Shattered or the Blue Note and coming out smelling like an ashtray.
God. Love
And I
smoking in college, man. Love smoking in college.
had,
I'm sorry.
no, it's
That
just,
was a little too.
no, it just made me think like in high school, we'd go to the college, rec area and go bowling or video games or shit. Cause what else was there to do growing up? And people could smoke there. So the next morning I'd be like waking up and coming upstairs and I guess smelling like cigarettes. And my father would be like, "Are you smoking cigarettes?" It's like, "No, Dad. I went to the university. Everybody smokes there."
Yeah, that was. Oh, like it. Is this SIU Edwardsville?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Edwardsville was a lot smaller back then, so there was not a lot going on. We got our kicks by driving fast down side streets.
Yeah. Fun was yeah, fun was a little harder to come by back then. It's a little
It
harder to come by, but
was different. We just didn't have smartphones.
hey, so did your mom or dad have the garden weasel?
Uh, no, but both my brother and I owned garden weasels.
Do you own a garden weasel for real?
I used to. I sold the house, so the garden weasel stayed with said house. But yes, it is a useful tool. I gotta say, until it gets all tangled in these really long weeds you're trying to garden weasel out, and then you gotta like stop and take all the tines apart, and then you lose a screw. So then you only have like you have a partially abled garden weasel.
Was it poorly made?
No, it was durable.
Okay.
It was pretty durable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never, no, I never gardened, but man, garden weasel was a really good argument for getting into gardening. It looked like so badass. The way where you can take the middle one out and
Yes.
be able to do the thing around the plant.
Or you could leave the middle one in and take the outer two out to get around delicate seedlings.
Shit, that's right.
Yeah, man, it is a versatile tool. And if you're being attacked by zombies, it's got this multi-pronged end, so you can kind of use it and swing it around, and
That's amazing.
garden weasel.
Goddamn garden weasel. Hey, did you ever have a Ginsu knife?
No, I did not have a Ginsu knife,
I
but I've had
not really
Japanese knives.
the thing,
Is that
the thing that was like killing me about this is something this Ginsu ad. And of course, it's this thing where it's like, okay, we're going to cut up a beer can. Because who among us hasn't wanted to cut up a beer can with a knife?
Well, what I want to know is like how many people actually tried doing that, like at drunken parties, and ended up injuring themselves terribly, either with the knife or more likely the now freshly cut apart can. I
That
mean, seriously.
dude, I'm not saying I've never done. I would be stunned. I'll just put it this way: in my 20s, if I was ever at a party and discovered there were Ginsu knives in the house, that's what I am doing. I mean, how do you not? And that's a challenge. I want to see this myself.
But yeah, choose your can carefully. Maybe if it's like a can of cranberry sauce, that would be, or cranberry jelly, that could be cool. You could slice it, you could open it. Oh, look, two halves.
No, so basically what you're
That'll
saying is
shave
you would actually try to cut a can,
Yeah.
not like a can of Schlitz, but a
No.
can.
No. If I tried to cut a can of Schlitz, that would just be messy.
Okay. So here's the thing with the Ginsu knives that I was like tripping about. The other thing that they did that I thought was hilarious in the ad is somebody was like taking a hammer to the handles, which I don't quite understand.
Everyone uses knife hand. I use my knife handles as hammers all the time.
Well, they were hammering. It was like a hammer to the handle. I don't get
durability. Durability. construction
so durability.
kitchen.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about here is kind of speaks to that. There is, now mind you, this ad was like in 1980 something, and they said that the knives come with a 50-year guarantee.
50-year guarantee.
50 years, 50-year guarantee. So what I'm wondering is right now, and this is the obvious, from a consumer interest perspective, if I am like now all of a sudden just down on the Ginsu knife, maybe it's still cutting the cans, but it's just not giving me the fulfillment that they once did.
Mm-hmm.
Can I I mean, is there some private equity outfit that owns Ronco now that is willing to give me my money back for these because it's still within the 50-year window? We're almost out of the 50-year window, but I mean that's kind of what I was wondering.
That's
I
a
don't know.
very
Your
good
thoughts?
question. I hope you have a really creative lawyer. That's all I'll say.
Lawyering up, god damn it.
Well, they're the ones.
You to court.
Hey, you're a
Ronco.
football fan. You enjoy those lawyer commercials as much as I do.
Oh, Jesus God. Hey, lawyer ads. Talk about that. What are the lawyer ads? God, the ones in Texas have got to be.
Oh, okay. So
Jim Adler.
you asked. Oh no, not that. Okay, so okay.
Jim Adler.
I don't know the Jim Adler one, but before we get,
holy shit, you got to give up your Texas driver's license. I'm pulling rank on you, son.
Oh no,
No Jim Adler.
I don't.
Holy
the name.
Shit.
How can I? Well, I will in a minute, but I can't. I mean, there's so we've got Thomas J. Henry.
Okay, tell me about Thomas J. Henry.
Thomas J. Henry is probably like the biggest personal injury lawyer in Texas. And this dude, all his ads are him like walking through buildings or standing by helicopters or in courtrooms, always frowning and always looking at an angle. He got offices all over the state. But here's the kicker thing is that dude like puts on like Thanksgiving dinners in a lot of Texas cities for free for, people of need or whatever every year. And they ran an ad last Thanksgiving kind of promoting his work. And the dude was smiling. Yeah. And for a minute, I was like, wait, is that? Oh my God, that's Thomas J. Henry. He looks different when he's not frowning in the 50th floor of an empty building. There's that, and then of course Jeff Davis, just out of the force, 4. He's fun. And then there's Ted Lorenz. I'm on top of it.
Rewind. Say that again. What was it? Just dial the fours.
Just dial 4. That's what he does. I swear to God, he does this. Yeah,
I like that guy.
He's fun.
I like that. He's fun. Sounds fun.
Yeah. So there's Ted Lorenz who's like, I'm on top of it. And for a while, Ted Lorenz was like standing on wrecked cars. And then he decided now he's going to go in the office. And then there's this other guy. I can't remember his name, but it's like him. It's him walking around the park downtown with his family on clearly a very early Sunday morning because no one else is down there. He looks a little less trustworthy in my opinion, but I don't know. He's advertising
because he's got a family.
No, because they're walking around downtown where there's no one there. I mean, who the hell does that? They could get mugged. He might need an injury attorney to sue the guy who mugged him. I don't know. No, so those are the big four guys, and then this other guy is, I think he's Vietnamese American. He doesn't do TV ads, but he does billboards. His last name is Dang, Dang. So it's like, there's all these plays on his name, like hurt in a bang, get dang. That's my favorite one. Or like, dang it, injured in a crash. What else? Yeah,
I think I've heard of that guy.
Hurt in a bang, get dang.
Jim Adler. And I'm only assuming this is just because he doesn't want to get involved with Thomas J. Henry in Central Texas, but
no one wants to get involved with Thomas J. Henry.
I think it sounds like he owns that corner. So Jim Adler, those ads would run in Dallas and Houston. I was living in Dallas at the time. And the early ones are, obviously a lower budget affair, but the dude's just screaming at the camera. And his persona is very just screaming, angry. I mean, it's like everything I would ever want in a lawyer if I ever had to go to court. Just like I'm gonna, I'm the big insurance companies want to take. They ain't gonna mess with you, and that it's just amazing. So now the budget on these ads has since just really, really just gone through the ceiling, and
Yeah.
he's like jumping on top of speeding diesels, and
Oh
oh
gosh, no,
man.
I would totally remember that.
Shit, he's fantastic. They've done bits about him on John Oliver's show, but man, he's one of those guys. The Texas Hammer, he's fantastic.
Texas.
Okay, so the guys that we got here, and then we'll wrap this up because I think we've already blown past the 20.
Oh, we were way past. We were way
Okay,
past it.
so
I'm going to edit out a bunch of this shit because
edit out. So the ones that we got the strong arm. Uh, Hank Azar. He's one of the more ubiquitous ones, and then you have Ramos Law. Ramos, I don't know what his first name is. He's a doctor and a lawyer, which is
nice.
crazy. But like the sign on his building, which is like right off of 25, kind of near Thornton, kind of as you're getting into Denver. The letters are all smushed up, and the O in Ramos has like a medical cross in it, but the way that it's all arranged, it looks like the name of his practice is Ramslaw. So we that's it's unfortunate. But no, those are the two. There's a personal injury firm in Kansas City that I've seen called Jungle Law, which yeah, you might want to Google that one too.
Oh,
That
dude,
one's
we've got
fucking
something down here. We've got something down here called Law Tigers, and I guess they specialize in
Ooh.
motorcycle injuries and stuff. And they have a
Oh,
fucking live ass tiger like running through the forest and then like jumping and soup. It's weird. Yeah, Law Tigers. I just
is the
remember that.
tiger like wearing a tie?
No, this is like actual tiger. Like just doing tiger things. In with motorcycles, which is unexpected, but it works.
Man,
They can afford to advertise. Clearly, they do their job well.
God, man. Well, this was definitely
This was a wonderful, wide-ranging discussion today, my friend, and I look forward to the next one because I still have a couple St. Louis TV commercials I want to tell you about.
yeah, we'll cover it. We'll cover it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you can go ahead, stop button. Thank you, everybody. All six of you who listen to this. Feel free to send us an email. If you know our email, you can send it to us. If you don't, maybe we'll tell it to you sometime.
Until next time, kids.
Until next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.